as a sign of commitment to your constituents, because we had a lengthy discussion. However, Mr. Speaker, that is neither here nor there. What we resolved in that meeting is that the senators that have a contrary position to what the committee is proposing, to convince the rest of us by way of permutations done by the Parliamentary Budget Office, so that as you make your submissions to the motion, you inform the House why you disagree with the formula and why the formula you are now proposing serves us better. And then if you have a good formula that is better than what the committee is proposing, that secures the interest of your particular region or the counties that you're proposing, Mr. Speaker, we will listen to them. However, we felt that it will be unfair to the committee to continue discussing this matter without the matter finding its way substantively before the floor of this House. The practice has always been, and this is a practice adopted in the second generation, in the third, and now that you are doing the fourth, that once the motion is moved, you prepare your notes, Senator Osotsi, together with permutations calculated for you by the Parliamentary Budget Office, come and circulate. Then you can convince us. And I believe that's what Senator Omogeni is doing. That's why he's not here, because he was part of the Kamkunji. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to request that we make progress. We allow the chairperson to move, the motion be seconded, then deliberations can begin. We are not about to vote this afternoon, Senator Osotsi. You still have time, maybe between today, tomorrow, Thursday, who knows, to convince the rest of the House. So I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Lastly, Senator for Nairobi City.
You know, Speaker, I don't understand the anxiety from some of our colleagues. I don't know what we have said or done to make them believe that we cannot be persuaded. I am personally here to be persuaded by the arguments that are advanced on this floor. And Speaker, if you remember the first time that this matter was supposed to be on the order paper, you gave a communication to say that you wanted opportunity for this House to talk within itself so that we avoid the acrimony of the last formula. And we all agreed. And the Finance Committee, to their credit, they have organized forums for us to be able to have this conversation twice, including this morning, and I didn't see my deputy party leader in that meeting. So if and the way forward that has been given by the majority leader, I think is going to solve the problem for us. Let us hear from the committee. Let us hear from everybody, Honorable Speaker. Let us try to persuade each other. But what I don't like personally, Honorable Speaker, is people playing cards under the table. And the good thing is that Senator Osotsi knows me. That immediately I feel like you're trying to be clever with me, Honorable Speaker, I become a bit upset. So I feel like there's people who have an agenda that they don't want to disclose. Let them persuade us here. We are amenable to be persuaded, and Osotsi knows that, Honorable Speaker. I thank you.
You know, Honorable Senators, let us make progress on this matter. Indeed, Senator Osotsi, you had the opportunity to speak. Allow the chair to give the way forward. If you remember, Honorable Senators, when this matter came first, I listened to the concerns of Honorable Senators then, and we agreed that it was important for us to engage and engage more substantively before this particular motion was moved. Now, it is over 1 month since I made that communication. That means we had ample time to engage, consult, and try to see if we can have a give and take so that once this matter is tabled, we do not have the acrimonious environment like it was witnessed sometimes back. Now, that opportunity was made available to you. No senator here can say they were rushed, they were not given an opportunity to consult, to engage, to persuade. That opportunity was indeed made available to all of us. Now, Honorable Senators, even if we are to allow for more consultation for maybe 6 months, we will still have some dissenting voices. I don't think we'll be able to strike a 100% agreement in this formula. And therefore, what remains is, as what the Senator for Nairobi seat has just said, persuade your colleagues on the floor of this House. In any event, Honorable senators. I did not want to rule the senator for Vihiga out of order, but to some extent, what he brought forward is in breach of our standing orders. It is anticipating over debate, because the motion is yet to be moved, and here we are actually debating the motion before it was moved. So let's allow the motion to be moved. All these good arguments that I've just listened to, let them be put forward as you debate this motion. Try to persuade your colleagues on the position that maybe you individually hold, and depending on your power of persuasion, we may swing one way or the other. So at this juncture, allow the chairman to move the motion, and then we engage in debate. Proceed, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for that guidance. Pursuant to Standing Order 62 of the Senate Standing Orders, I beg to move that the motion in an amended form, that the Senate notes the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the fourth basis for allocation of share of national revenue among the counties, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 17th April 2025, and that pursuant to Article 2171 of the Constitution, approves the fourth basis of allocation of share of nationally raised revenue among the counties for the financial year 2025-2026 to 2029-2030 as follows. County allocation baseline ratio of 387.25, which is translated into a factor, plus 2 billion shared equally among identified 11 counties that are receiving less money, plus 45% of whatever that will be above 387.425 to be shared using population, 35% to be shared as equal share index, 12% to be shared using poverty index, and 8% to be shared using geographical size index. Then that additional to the baseline will come to 389.425, where the baseline ratio is the allocation factor derived from each county's allocation for the financial year 2024-2025. The 11 counties identified are Elgeyo Marakwet, Embu, Isiolo, Kirinyaga, Laikipia, Lamu, Nyamira, Samburu, Taita Taveta, Tharaka Nithi, and Vihiga. The population index is based on 2019 Kenya Population and Housing Census data. The poverty index is based on 2022 Kenya Poverty Report by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, KNBS, and the geographical size is capped at 10%. Mr. Speaker, Article 2171 of the Constitution of Kenya provides that once every 5 years, the Senate shall, by resolution, determine the basis of allocating among counties the share of nationally raised revenue annually allocated to the county level of government. Further, Article 2161 of the Constitution provides that the principal function of the Commission on Revenue Allocation is to make recommendations concerning the basis of equitable share of revenue raised by the national government between the national and county government and among the county governments using CARA. Mr. Speaker, CRA has forwarded their recommendation to the committee. And this committee, Mr. Speaker, has engaged a lot of stakeholders after we have received the recommendations of CRA, including the National Treasury, Commission on Revenue Allocation, Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, Council of Governors, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, Budgeti Hub, the County Assembly of Bomet Budget Office on behalf of Mr. Bernard Rono, Estella Chimutai, and Nixon Kirui, the Budget Talk Global, the Institute of Public Finance, Achievers of Kenya, Coastal People Forum, and Mr. John Kangani. Mr. Speaker, during the deliberations, the committee made various observations. That the fourth basis recommended by CRA incorporated a new parameter called the stabilization factor. According to the CRA, this factor was introduced to ensure that no county loses any money from what they are getting in the current year, 2024-2025. However, it will be prudent to address transitional effect from one basis to another using scientifically generated deviation parameter. Mr. Speaker, sir, that the data used to generate the Income Distance Index, GCP, is not directly derived from each county, but rather the Kenyan National Bureau of applies a top-down approach to determine each county's contribution to GDP. Further, the approach used by CRA to determine the index is similar to the level of poverty gap in a particular county when compared to Nairobi City County. Additionally, using Nairobi City County as a reference point makes it difficult to assign an index to this reference that is specific to the county. Mr. Speaker, we have engaged these stakeholders and we have picked their input at various levels. The underlying issue that the committee was faced with, Mr. Speaker, is that when we converged on consultation about this in the presence of CRA in Naivasha, the committee was guided by the whole Senate, that the people who attended that meeting in Naivasha. The guidance from the Senate was that principle number one, no county should lose money from what they are currently getting. That is principle number one. Principle number two, whatever that is over and above 387.425, that each county must gain marginally or equitably from any figure above 387.425. Mr. Speaker, in order for the committee to arrive at a position that is in conformity with the principle that was agreed upon by the Senate, we had to get the third basis of revenue sharing and convert that into a factor of allocation in order to safeguard what each county is currently getting. Meaning, we held 387.425 to a factor for each county based on the third basis of revenue allocation. And next, we had to come up with parameters on how to share what is over and above 387.425. At this juncture, Mr. Speaker, it's worthwhile to note that the National Assembly has already approved division of revenue, and they have approved that at 405 billion. Mr. Speaker, sir, it's also worthwhile to note that the Senate of the Republic of Kenya has also approved DORA at 465 billion. Mr. Speaker, it's very important maybe for the nation to know that for us as the Senate to arrive at a figure of 465.425, we are informed by non-discretionary expenditures that has come as an addition to what the counties have been receiving, arising from legislations that are passed by Parliament at the national level. Mr. Speaker, these non-discretionary expenditures include housing levy deductions amounting to 4.1 billion, enhanced contributions to NSSF amounting to 6 billion, matching allocation to CAIPs, County Aggregated Industrial Parks, amounting to 11.8 billion, matching allocation for community health promoters amounting to 3.23 billion, annual wage increment, that is wage thrift, amounting to 6.3 billion. Basic salary increment as per the Dr. CBA number 217/21 execution of return to formula that amounts to 3.5 billion. Mr. Speaker, that coupled with the fact that the shareable revenue of the government of Kenya has been increasing gradually. The last meaningful increase for county government has happened in the financial year 2020-2021, when the last third basis of revenue sharing was happening. Mr. Speaker, that time the shareable revenue increased from 316 to 370 billion. Thereafter, Mr. Speaker, it's worthwhile to note that the shareable revenue has only marginally increased from 370. The following year, it remained at 370. Those are the COVID year. And thereafter, it moved from 370 to 385. And now it has moved from 385 to 387.425. The cumulative increase over the 5 years for county governments from shareable revenue amounts to a total of about 70 billion shilling. When you compare that to shareable revenue increase of national government, which over those 5 years is 770 billion shilling, which translates to about 10%.